guys, it's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be doing the match analysis from the match yesterday between Sevilla and Barcelona, where Sevilla beat Barcelona at the Rambla Sánchez Pizjuán 2-0 in the semi-final of the Copa del Rey first leg, and it gives them a big advantage going to that second leg at the Camp Nou at the beginning of next month. We can take a look at some of the key stats from this game, take a look at some players' individual performances, analyze some stats, and of course react to Ronald Koeman's post-match press conference and 2 other players' match reactions. Before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button. Let's try to get the 200 likes on this video. It would be very much appreciated, and of course hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. Let's start off by reminding you the starting lineup on the night. It was as follows. It was Ter Stegen in goal, Junior, Umtiti, Mengueta, Jordi Alba, Busquets, De Jong, Pedri, Messi, Griezmann, and Ousmane Dembele. And the sub-bench on the night was as follows. Sergi Puig, Neto, Lenglet, Trincao, Mateus, Iñaki Peña, Ilaix Maribel, Connor de la Fuente, and Alex Collado. In the match, Ronald Koeman only made 2 substitutions, bringing on Riqui Puig in the 85th minute for Pedri and bringing on Trincao for Umtiti in the 90th minute. Let's take a look at the cover of the Catalan newspaper. Firstly, from Mundo Deportivo saying progress needed, saying look, Barcelona failed to beat Sevilla, and now they have a big task on their hand to move on to the final of the Copa del Rey. And secondly, Sport come out saying another remontada needed. Of course, it refers to another comeback because we're going to need a big comeback in order to reach the Copa del Rey final. Let's take a look at the full-time stats for this game. Of course, Barcelona had more possession with 54% to 46%, which is quite a shock for me because I felt like Sevilla dominated a lot in that game. Barcelona had more shots on the night, more shots on target, and more shots off target. And Barcelona had more corners on the night, but Sevilla committed more fouls and got more yellow cards. And the big thing I want to point out here is the big chance created. Barcelona created 1 big chance, and they also missed 1 big chance, which of course was the Messi chance. Sevilla created 2 big chances, and then they had a lot on the counterattack as well, whereas Barcelona had nothing on the counterattack. Now, one thing I criticized Barcelona in the last game was taking more shots outside the box. This game, they took 8 shots outside the box. They are improving in that sense. This time, they took less shots inside the box. As we all know, Sevilla parked the bus in this game, especially after going 1-0 up around the 60th minute. They're like, you know what, we'll shut it down and we'll take the 1-0. And of course, they hit us on the counterattack and made it 2-0. So Barcelona had less shots in the box in this match. Of course, Barcelona dominated the passing and accurate passing, but Sevilla had more long balls and more crosses completed and more dribbles completed as well. And finally, possession loss in this game, Barcelona had 113 compared to Sevilla's 109. In the last game, I believe it was 108 for Barcelona, so not too bad of an improvement, but still losing the ball more than your opponent is most likely to result in a defeat. Let's take a look at the SofaScore full-time ratings for Barcelona. First off, Ter Stegen with a 6.4. Don't know why he's given so low for that, but maybe because he conceded 2 and we didn't score any. Jurriel Firpo with a 6.7. I think that's pretty fair on his performance on the night. Didn't think he was too bad, but of course didn't think he was in the the good category. Same with also Mengueta, 6.8. I felt like he was definitely there for that 7. I think he performed very well. Umtiti with a 6.7. God knows how he got that 6.7. I'm surprised that's not even like a 5. But it is what it is. Jordi Alba 6.8. Felt like he could have been in the 7s as well alongside Oscar Mengueta. Midfield of De Jong, Busquets both got a 6.5. Reasonable. Pedri with a 6.4. One of his worst games in the Barcelona shirt. But the front 3 were the players who shined, all getting in the green and is above a 7.0. Dembele 7.4. Antoine Griezmann 7.3. And Messi getting a 7.8. Just want to touch on Sevilla's full-time SofaScore ratings as well. Again, for the millionth time this season, Bono, the goalkeeper, gets man of the match and getting an 8.2 SofaScore rating. Again, Bono, another goalkeeper, turning into prime Neuer against us. Now let's get in and take a look at some of the stats from this game. Firstly, after Sevilla's win last night, this is the first time Barcelona have lost in the last 20 years in the first leg of the Copa del Rey semi-final. This is also the first time Sevilla have beaten us in our last 5 games against them. As we talked about, Barcelona had 4 shots on target in this match, and they all came from Lionel Messi. As we all know, the Sevilla keeper Bono got an 8.2 SofaScore rating and was man of the match. After the game last night, the opposition keeper has now been the highest rated player for any other team in 13 different games Messi has played this season. So basically, the opposition's keeper has gotten a higher rating than Lionel Messi on 13 different occasions this season. That's just ridiculous. And the final stat I want to take a look at, it's not really a stat in terms of number, but it has a big impact on Barcelona and how badly run we are. Firstly, Ivan Rakitic, of course, joined Sevilla for free last summer. He scored the goal that basically knocked us out of the Copa del Rey semi-final by the looks of things. And Barcelona let Suarez go for free, and now he's the top scorer in the league and basically has taken the league title away from us and given it to Atletico Madrid. And of course, Coutinho last season went to join Bayern Munich on loan, won the treble, and scored 2 goals in the 8-2 humiliation. So basically, these old Barcelona players who don't perform for Barcelona, once they leave, they turn into, Rakitic turned into prime Lothar Matthäus last night, Suarez turning into, prime R9 and Puskas. Then you have Coutinho turning into prime Ronaldinho against us. It's just Barcelona's luck could not get any worse. Now I want to discuss the Jordi Alba penalty incident in this game because in the press conference reaction, they talk about it a lot, the Koeman and the other players. So I want to quickly touch upon it and give you guys my opinion on it and what I think happened. So as we all know, Jordi Alba was going into the box against Suso and he got fouled outside the box. Then once he got into the box, he was fouled twice during that time. Now I believe Mateo Lahoz gave the free kick outside because the first foul happened outside, which is fair. Of course, on the pitch, he doesn't really know. That's fair. The problem for me is why didn't VAR intervene? If VAR intervened, told Mateo on the microphone, saying, look, there's 2 fouls in the box. We think you should give a penalty. He'll go look, saying, yep, that's a foul, penalty. The reason why he gave a free kick was because there was a foul before the free kick. Jordi Alba came in, was fouled right before he got into the box, was fouled twice. So Mateo Lahoz played the advantage. That's a problem. No VAR intervention, which means that Mateo Lahoz has to stick with his decision. VAR could have easily turned this around, and they didn't get involved. Let's get now to Ronald Koeman's post-match press conference reaction and the match reaction of two other players. The two other players were Pedri and Frenkie de Jong. Let's get in and see what they all had to say. Let's start off with Pedri. Of course, Pedri probably played one of the worst games in a Barcelona shirt. We all know he's going to bounce back from it, but of course, it wasn't really a great night for him. Let's get in and see what he had to say. He starts out by saying that we started the game badly. They were better in the middle of the field, and we did not know how to counter it. We lost, but everything is still possible. We still have the second leg to play. There are still 90 minutes left in this tie, and you all saw what we did against Granada. The opponents were superior to us today. We weren't on our day. We had chances, but unfortunately, we could not score. Let's get now to Frenkie de Jong's match reaction. Of course, Frenkie de Jong pretty much had an average performance on the night, basically just like everyone else. Let's get and see what he had to say. Starts off by saying that we have to improve in our way of pressing, and I completely agree with Frenkie de Jong here. The way Sevilla press is way superior to Barcelona. Barcelona tried to replicate that, but in the end, Sevilla were just way better at it because they do it more often than us. He continues on by saying that it's very hard to lose in the first game by 2-0, but there's still one game left. We thought we were going to score. We have shown that we are mentally strong, and we still believe we can reach the final. It was a difficult game for us, especially in the first half. In the second half, we played better. We had created chances, and there was a penalty shout. Let's get now to Ronald Koeman's post-match press conference reaction. Of course, he's the manager. He says that the team and the tactics, in his opinion, matters the most. Let's get in and see what he had to say. Starts by saying that it was a bad result. We fought throughout the game, but we didn't achieve what we were hoping for. Now, this next quote really has me triggered, and I don't understand why he said this. He said, we have seen Barcelona playing well, creating a very clear first chance. We pressed a lot in the second half. I can't blame the team. There is another game left. We will try to win and play the final. Can someone tell me in the comments below what game Ronald Koeman was watching? Barcelona played well. We were dead. We were boring. We were average, sideways and backward. We barely had any attacks. Then he says that we pressed a lot in the second half. To be fair, we did. We pressed between probably the 47th minute and the 70th minute. But where's the press in the first half? Where's the press in the end of the second half? You have to keep consistent. You can't just press for the the little bit where we played well. So why don't you press for the whole game so we play well the whole game? I don't understand what Koeman is seeing here. I really don't. He continues on by saying that there was a penalty which hasn't been given, which is of course a fair point. I think we deserved much more. We played very well and we created many chances. I think that the result doesn't reflect on what the team did on the pitch. Again, we created many chances. What chances did we create? We had the Messi one, which he should have scored. The Messi free kick. That's all I can think of. Many chances. We had two. And then he goes on to say that the result doesn't reflect our performance. We were crap. We were boring. We were nostalgic. Sevilla 100% deserved the game. It was unfortunate that they scored the second goal. I think with the 1-0, we could have easily went on and reached the final. With 2-0, it makes it very difficult. The result perfectly reflected the performance on the pitch because Barcelona were absolutely dreadful. Koeman continues on by saying that we have to analyze the second leg, but there is not much time because on Saturday we have a league game and then on Tuesday we have the Champions League game. They was asked about his decision to start Umtiti, saying is Lenglet fine? Is he injured or was that just a tactical decision? He said that Lenglet is fine. It was my decision to play Umtiti. Umtiti had made a mistake and it's not fair to go after him. It's everyone's fault. We all win and we all lose. Fair point from Ronald Koeman there, but I think Umtiti definitely needs to get some constructive criticism because he had 2 mistakes in this game that cost us this match. Then he's asked about the referee's performance today. He said that Mateo Lahoz, it was a good game in general for him, but there is a play that is missing and it's the penalty. I don't know what happened, but VAR did not intervene. In the second leg, it's difficult now that it's 2-0. Scoring away from home is very important. Barcelona at home are capable of anything. Then Koeman finally was asked about his substitutions, saying, look, you only made 2 substitutions out of 5 and both of them were in the last 5 minutes. Why didn't you make any subs earlier? He said that the team was very good and there was no reason to change. I held on until the end because I didn't see the team very tired. We pressed well in the second half. I'm very happy with the work. There was no need to change. Again, please, someone tell me what game Ronald Koeman was watching and send it to me because I want to watch this game because apparently we're playing a masterclass. He said that I didn't see the team very tired. Are you joking? Pedri was basically dying on the pitch. Griezmann was running up and down, wasn't doing anything. Umtiti was making mistakes at the back. Firpo was average because he just hasn't played any minutes over the past month. I just don't understand these excuses Koeman's making. And again, he goes back to the pressing in the second half. Like I said before, we pressed for like 20 minutes. And where's the press in the first half? Where's the press at the end of the second half? Koeman, again, just making excuses. This is something I don't like about him. And that concluded Ronald Koeman's post-match press conference. Time now to analyze some of the players' individual performances on the night. Usually, I'd pick maybe 5 or 6 players that play very well and analyze them in depth. But since the whole team was pretty much average, I'm just going to touch on every single player quickly and give you guys my opinion on their performance. Let's start off with Ter Stegen. Of course, Ter Stegen in this match had 1 save inside the box, conceded 2 goals, of course. He had 42 touches and he only misplaced 3 passes in this whole game, and those 3 passes were long ball attempts, so that really isn't bad. Overall, played well. Maybe could have saved the first goal from Koundé, but other than that, no complaints. Next up, Junior Firpo, of course, played right back. Of course, not really match sharp, and of course, not his position. Had 1 clearance, 2 blocks, 1 tackle. He attempted 1 dribble and completed it, and attempted 1 long ball and completed it. 93% pass accuracy overall. pretty average performance from him. Next up, Oscar Mengueta. Of course, I didn't think he did that bad. I think he played very, very decent. 2 clearances, 3 block shots. He was fouled twice and completed 1 foul, 83 touches, and took the 2 long balls and completed both. 96% pass accuracy. I think overall he did very well. Next up is Umtiti. Of course, Umtiti made 2 mistakes that pretty much cost us this game, but of course on the night he had 1 clearance, 1 interception, 2 tackles, was fouled twice, and had again 97% pass accuracy. Overall, he's definitely the best passer of the center backs in this team, but again making stupid mistakes that cost us the game. Next up, Jordi Alba. Of course, Jordi Alba was more advanced than he was defensive, but in the end, in the defensive aspect, didn't do that bad. 3 interceptions, 4 tackles, committed 1 foul, 1 key pass, 90% pass accuracy. But again, I've had the 4 crosses on the night and didn't complete any of them, which is very, very poor. Next up, Busi, as you can see from his heat map, basically all over that, defensive part of the midfield. 89% pass accuracy, attempted 6 long balls and completed 4, which is very, very good. But of course, lost possession 10 times in this game, which is very, very poor for his standards. Next up, Frenkie de Jong. Of course, Frenkie de Jong was pretty much the engine in that midfield. You can see from his heat map, basically all over that midfield, but of course, more so on the right-hand side. Only had 52 touches on the night, which is very, very low for him. 1 key pass, and the 1 long ball completed it. 91% pass accuracy. He had the 2 dribbles on the night, only completed 1, and he usually attempts more. Usually attempts for maybe 4 or 5. That pretty much sums up his day. Didn't really get involved that much. Next up, Pedri. Of course, Pedri probably had one of his worst performances in a Barcelona shirt. Had 71 touches on the night, 86% pass accuracy, 1 key pass, and had the 1 dribble and completed it, but lost the ball 12 times in this game, which is very, very high for Pedri's standards. Next up, Ousmane Dembele, probably one of the bright lights in this game, played very, very well in my opinion. Had 2 shots that were blocked, attempted 7 dribbles and completed 6, had 78 touches, 3 key passes, but he attempted 7 crosses and 2 long balls and didn't complete any of them, which is very, very poor, and also lost the ball 27 times on the night. That's way too much for Dembele. He should be only using the ball maybe I'd say 15, 18 times, but 27 is just too much. Just shows how he was trying to attempt a lot of things by himself. Next up, Antoine Griezmann. Of course, he's very, very quiet on the night, as you can see from his heat map. Basically all over the left-hand side of the field. He attempted 1 dribble and completed, 2 key passes, 49 touches, 1 big chance created, which of course was the Messi chip. Other than that, was pretty quiet on the night. And finally, Lionel Messi, probably the most active player in this game. 4 shots on target, 2 shots off target, 1 block, attempted 5 dribbles and completed 4. 1 big chance miss, which of course was that 1v1. He had 1 key pass, and he also lost the ball 20 times in this game, which is quite a lot for Lionel Messi. Still with Dembele, trying to do everything by himself, and in the end, couldn't really do it. The final thing I want to talk about is, of course, the injury to Neymar. Now, Neymar was playing in the French Cup last night, and he was subbed out in the 70th minute. Now there's big news coming in from L'Équipe saying that unless a miracle happens, Neymar will miss the first leg against Barcelona next week due to an abdominal injury. And Alfredo Martinez, one of the top sources in Barcelona, came out and backed that and confirmed it. He said that Neymar almost certainly is ruled out of the game in the Camp Nou versus Barcelona next week. So that was my match analysis for Sevilla versus Barcelona in the Copa del Rey semi-final. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down below on everything we discussed. And of course, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Overall, final thoughts on this game, I think it's a very, very poor performance from Barcelona. And now we have to do Mission Impossible in the first week of March to make the comeback in order to reach the Copa del Rey finals. Will we do it? I'm not too sure yet. We'll have to see. But we can't dwell on it anymore because Barcelona already have another game on Saturday and we have to get right back into action against Deportivo Alaves in La Liga at the Camp Nou. So I'll see you guys some more for that match preview. Take care and Forza Barca. Yeah.